guys, I'm back. So I just made a copy. You should always do that. Sometimes Minecraft can be funky. Kind of mess things up. I don't know. I've come back from the Nether before and had my save file completely messed up. And been very thankful for a copy. So every single time you save, make a copy. Even in like we haven't done too much, but I mean it took me 5 hours to build a wall around that location. So I don't know why we're syncing data for a tiny world right now, but whatever. What we're gonna do is kind of a mix of things. I think I'm gonna tear apart the ugly houses because they just bother me. Sure, I could try to make them look nicer, but I could also just build like a really nice house instead in the space. Like, I wish this would let me play instead of making us wait, but the house that has the stairs, it's cute, but like, it could go. I feel like I can make either like one big giant house or two medium-sized houses, or like a big house and a medium-sized house. Like, I'm not gonna go like super crazy with it, but like, you know, we could get like maybe 20 villagers, and 10 of them can be librarians, and 10 of them can be farmers, or 5 can be farmers, and 5 can be stonesmiths, and then we will be able to trade, make money. But we also need a farm area too, which is worth notating because we don't have a farm right now. The easiest ways to make money in this game, aka emeralds, is the stones and the crops. You can make a lot of money if you have big farms, and we're not going to have big farms. We're probably better off with stonemasons, now that I really think about it, because we really have to punch that lower floor and try to get some diamonds, some iron, like some coal, because we had to use so many torches just to light up the area. And I mean, now that I think about it, I don't know if our location will ever be safe with polar bears. Our villagers may never be safe. It may be better off to make a building with beds and put steel doors that they don't know how to use and keep them locked away in it, because I can attack the polar bears, but what about when I'm 20 blocks away or something, or 10 blocks away, and then the polar bear comes up on us and kills a villager or two, and we lose every trade we've made. Like, if we can't keep them out, then we have to find a way to have our villagers that don't defend themselves live with them. I mean, there is the Iron Man dude, but he might not be there fast enough. Like, the polar bear's really brutal. And I want to start trying to level up the librarian, but I'm trying to think of like what's obtainable. If we start cutting down the houses, we'll have a lot of space, and we'll get a lot of wood. The floor isn't as important. It's important to me because I want to be like, oh look, even though it's gonna snow every single time I spawn here, like, look, the whole place is done. I just have to shovel, you know? But that's, I mean, like, if I think about how big the location is, I mean, it's probably 150 to 200 blocks wide, right? So as much as it can be beneficial to do that, it's gonna be time consuming, and it's better, like, I mean, you saw I placed some blocks anyways, so we don't fall in the water. But I'm thinking, yeah, let's tear apart the ugly houses and see how much room we have. Like, because this house, I hate to say it, but it's ugly. Like, I tried to make it, all the houses are kind of ugly, but there are a couple cute ones that, like, I'm a fan of. But we'll see what happens. Because if we don't have a farm, we're not going to get very far, because even if we use stuff we find, like, I don't know. Like, I don't like the upgrades they did to the villagers, like, at least in terms of the librarian. Like, I like the idea of, I don't know why I keep sliding off. I like any villager, any biome can, for a librarian, can make any enchantment. I like it being random. That's why, like, with the updates, like, I do find it to be rather disappointing somewhat. Like, they do an update, and then they change something critical, and some people like it, but all in all, I don't know. I just feel like, for me personally, like, it made the game a little bit less enjoyable, because I'm putting all this work into only being able to get a few enchantments, and I really just don't think that the enchantment table is, I just don't think that it's viable. Like, you can say, like, I mean, yeah, it's somewhat viable. Like, you can get a good enchantment if you're lucky, but you have to waste all your points, and it's only if you're lucky. I don't like putting luck into it. Like, we already have to with the librarian. Like, she has to be a certain level in order for us to get something out of her. And that's, like, you know, I might level that one librarian up and find out that she only does looting. And don't get me wrong, looting is a good enchantment, but, like, we obviously really want Silk Touch. Silk Touch is helpful in a lot of ways. I mean, mending, we need mending, but I forgot what librarian does mending. What biome librarian does mending. Let me check. Well, so my cutting down things won't be as efficient for a second, but mending is swamp. Wherever a swamp is, I don't know, but, like, we have to find a librarian in a swamp, or we have to rely on the enchantment table, and that is problematic, because every diamond thing we make is going to break on us. I don't know if we're near a swamp. I only checked, like, I went into creative in a different, like, in the same exact world, but just not this world, because otherwise we won't get any achievements. And I don't know what it is, like a 5-year-old or whatever, like, you guys are much more skilled at using those commands. Like, I can't figure it out. Like, I go, like, locate, whatever, right? And it's like, I can't compute it. I don't know. I really need someone to help me with that, because I try to do it, and I look up how to do it, and yeah, because I was trying to locate anything that would be beneficial, and I couldn't figure it out. Like, I mean, of course, there's the differences between Bedrock and Java, but I'm just saying, like, a 5-year-old can run circles around me in this game, especially when it comes to commands. Can you teach me how to do commands so that I can go into my creative version of this world and figure out where the swamp is? Because, like, I'm sorry to break it to you guys, whether a swamp is 30,000 blocks away or 5,000, we actually have to have a swamp village. I feel that the ice village and the swamp village are the most important for Silk Touch and for mending. Like, everything else, like, okay, like, it would be cool to have, like, top tier blast protection, for example. But you don't need that to beat the Wither. What do you need to beat the Wither? I mean, you need a lot of stuff, but blast protection is helpful. But I think that no matter what, like, if you're, you know, if we want to travel today, and let's say we were to survive the whole travel and we don't die. Or, no, actually, yeah. Okay, and then we use a diamond pick, and we get, you know, all kinds of awesome stuff, and we're feeling good about our progress. But now our diamond pick is gonna break if we hit one more block with it. Without mending, I mean, it's not even debatable. Mending is required. And why is Silk Touch so important? I mean, for decorative purposes, it's definitely important, and for other things too. I'm trying to remember, like, what in particular it's important for. Because I know that it's like one of those enchantments you really can't go without. And it definitely goes far beyond, oh, well, you can take ice with you, or whatever. I think there are certain blocks, I can't remember which ones, but certain ones that break, and don't convert into as many as you need to make the same thing, but I just can't remember which. Like, because I feel like, I don't know. There just are some. Also, like, early on in the game, like, there are options to try to make carrying items more useful to you. Like, you know, we have a limited amount of space, and if we were to travel right now, for example, if you want, you're collecting a bunch of iron, and you don't want to have to come home yet, like, you want to collect more stuff. Like, this is something that I learned later in the game. You can combine all of the, like, iron pieces into iron blocks, and then that'll save you space. You can do that with coal. You can do that with, I think, almost every single block. But still, space is always an issue, and sometimes, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting to a point that makes sense. Like, Silk Touch is just useful. I mean, something when I was less experienced that I did very frequently, when I didn't know that you could take iron and make iron blocks, when I thought finding an iron block in, like, a cave was amazing. Like, of course it's amazing, because you're getting 9 pieces of iron for that. But I thought it was amazing because I thought it was, like, super rare and that you couldn't make it. But you can make it. So I think the other thing about that is, because I didn't know that, what I would do is I would use Silk Touch, and I would stack the, like, I would bring back a stack of blocks that, like, had iron in them. And, like, if you don't know that you can create an iron block, which, you know, you might be like, oh my god, kid, that's like Minecraft 101. Well, yeah, but you learn as you go. And Silk Touch was really useful for that. I really appreciated that. I was able to collect more items and bring it home when I just didn't know that I could make an iron block. Maybe there are certain... Oh, here we go. I got a good one. What is it called? The special box you can carry with you, and It gives you a whole other, like, space of inventory, and it's amazing. It's like, you can only get it when you go to the end, I believe. You need... You know what? I could find it, but it's a skulker? No, it's not skulkers. Those are helpful. You can put them in that box. But you can't pick up that without Soak Touch. If you do, it'll just break into the items that it took to create it. So, I mean, there's one situation where Soak Touch is, like, incredibly important. But yeah, I'm rambling because, like, yeah, some of my inexperience shows it creates an Eye of Ender. You need obsidian to make the box. You need blaze rods to make the box. The box is like, once you have one, it's like you never want to go back again to not having one. Like, going to this world and putting all this effort in, like, it's like I just want that box back so that I can go travel and collect, like, double the amount of stuff. I also, okay, like, this is kind of decorative, but also it saves you on other resources, so it depends on how you look at it, but, like, if we were to use stone for this floor, well, if we were just mining with a Soak Touch pickaxe, we won't get cobblestone. We'll get a lot of stone, and that's helpful. That's helpful because then you don't have to smelt it. It eliminates a step that you would otherwise have to take, and it saves you a lot of time. It saves you resources, and although all these resources are able to be farmed, I mean, time. It's always good to save time. Like, I actually used Soak Touch a lot just to collect stone. And I mean, you might need ice, for example, for a nether portal if you want to make a skiing rink from one location to the next. I haven't actually done that. I started doing it, but it's really time consuming. And I mean, I have said this before, but we're gonna try to travel, like, barely just travel where we need to go to hit the stronghold, to hit the end, whatever, to hit every village that we need. And I don't know if I guess I'm not leaving this location right now because once we travel, we're going to pick another village and we're going to kind of do something similar. This is always going to be home base, but, like, I feel like our next stop is definitely a swamp village, and I might pull up creative and find it so that we're set up. Instead of, like, natural exploration's awesome, but there are downsides to it. Like, what about if I travel 10,000 blocks of one direction, and then the next update, that could have been some awesome thing, this awesome new biome. Like, and that's my problem with my original world, is that I did all natural exploration, and I found all of the things, but I'm not exaggerating when I say I would have to travel 100,000 blocks, at least, bare minimum, to find anything new, like, in all given directions, because I have 16 big maps done. 16, no joke. 16 4 out of 4 maps. That's a lot. It took me a lot of time. Like, I put my life into that world. the castle's my home, and it's like I really am gonna wait for 10 updates to stack on top of each other, because I looked for the cherry blossoms and I found them 150,000 blocks away, and I actually reset, like went to an older save, because I went, oh my god, I have to go so far just to find this, and it's like a little tiny section of cherry blossoms, and that's it. And I just had to go like a billion blocks away for it, and it makes so much more sense to just wait until the updates stack on top of each other so that I can save some. So I can make the world more useful to me later on and enjoy it more than I otherwise would have. I mean, I love that world. I've tried to actually respawn it now to see what it looks like, and it's so different that it's not the same world anymore, and it makes me not want to play that world anymore. Like, it's always good to varietize things anyways. We need so many boxes right now. Destroy the ugly houses. I do like the house I chose. You can make like a giant igloo, or I'm gonna just, you know what? No, I'll keep it like that right now. It's funky, but it's cool. The problem is all the igloos are like in this big open space that could be a house, and that house is cute. I could fix the roof up real quick. Make it actually cute. I feel like we could tear that one down. This is ugly. It is so ugly. It is the ugliest. This house is ugly too, because it's just dysfunctional. Keep that house. That house. That's so ugly. This one's ugly. We're gonna tear apart like all of them other than a few. We might literally just keep the igloos in that one and this one. They don't need like a big location. They just need beds. I don't know what we should tear apart next, because until I make a, what's it called? We'll keep that the way it is. Until we get Silk Touch, I don't want to even touch that. Fix the roof here. I don't know if it's worth it. I think it makes more sense to keep tearing things down until we have a space that looks worth building on. I do like some of the designs, but overall, it just doesn't make sense to me to keep the houses like this. All this can be smelted or used. I don't know. We are gonna have to go to bed soon, because if we don't, some monsters will attack us. I forgot what they're called, but they're the flying ones. It's been like 2 days, but we finally made this location somewhat safe. Is it called the Ender Box? Yeah, see, the polar bear just spawns here. And to think that he's not a threat to the villagers is stupid. He's totally a threat to the villagers. He's gonna kill our villagers. That house is super ugly. I can't stand the way it looks. It's the next one. Feel like we only have like 2 more houses to destroy. Well, depending on what we decide to do with that. So I do like some of the little cute houses, but they might not serve much of a purpose because of the polar bears. I'm not trying to like level up a librarian for, you know, multiple trades and then have her get eaten. It don't make sense. this house. This is our house. I don't know. If we took it all out, we could use this whole area for one giant house. And if we... Yeah, what were they thinking? I don't know, I don't like it. It's like, okay, but... That guy looks like he's fine, but I mean, he's a low-level villager, and we've got 2 of them stored in a house, so that no matter what, we'll be able to create a village. Definitely collect some sheep and ducks from the woods nearby. That won't be hard. So I need to keep in mind, while I think about what I want to build, that we do kind of need animal breeding. And, why is that important? We can get milk from cows, and that can cure any ailment. And the eggs can make food, but that's not really that important. We can kill them. We can breed them and kill them for food. That would be probably the best plan. But we can't really sell. I think we can actually sell the meat. Or maybe we can buy the meat. Making an actual farm of crop is more important, but meat is more filling. So if we make 20 cows, kill 10 of them and breed another 10, we'll never have to worry about food or items. Like, you know, if we die, we can just do that. Okay, so we've kind of destroyed what we can destroy. Without creating any problems, because that house I want to destroy. I want to destroy this one, but we've got people in it. Really, I won't stand for this roof. If I at least keep 2 of them locked up in that one building, it shouldn't matter. There's probably like one guy in here, right? Yeah, there's one guy. The worst part about it is, do I want to destroy this? It's got a good layout to have a roof that I'd be proud of. It's big in the inside. It's not like a super teeny tiny one. Got a good layout, but it takes up space. And we're probably not going to actually start building the house for a while, because I'm thinking we're going to tear down everything we can, lay out some beds so that we don't lose villagers, and maybe we'll travel. I might go into creative and look for a swamp, because I think it's a good idea. When we go, we can collect lecterns and stuff to make lecterns, and we can collect like anything that we would need, which is a lot of stuff because we've been stagnant, sort of. Depends on how you look at it. Like, we've technically done a lot, but we've been in the same location for a really long time. I still want to get underground and get diamonds, and I want to build that lost portal. We don't have diamonds, so I'm sorry, I just totally like destroyed your house, man. But when I figure out where I'm building, attacking? Is that polar bear attacking things? There should be a bed for you, man. Pretty sure I made a bed. Cabinets and stuff for everybody. First off, there's my and I ain't using it right now, so go to bed. That's up and work down. Wait, that's this. Unlimited. Tear down that one. We got two villagers in there. Keep this house. I mean, I like it and I don't like it. Pretty good sized house down here. I don't want you to die. But like, alright, I wasn't trying to sleep, but I guess we're sleeping. I wanted to talk to her. So it's gonna take a lot to get her. Up to a level where we can even see what she does. was thinking I would just tear apart the roof and box them in until I decide what I'm doing, but he wants to stand here and look at me, so I guess that's what he's gonna do. It's chill. You can do that. I don't think he'll die. Stairs. I'm hoping you did. No. Because you're dumb. Bro. Dude, you just made me fall trying to kick you down there. Alright, you're coming down. Yeah, well. You decided you had to be a part of things. You're a part of things now. How does it feel? All I see is two villagers in the bright daylight. So am I being smart or stupid right now? Because she could jump right out of here. Right, there's only two guys. Don't jump out, please, lady. I have no choice but to tear apart the build and capture you someplace else. information and decide what I want to do with that. There's a bed in there. You guys need to stay safe. Fencing. No. Okay. And we need... What happened to my sticks? Have our fence. I need to figure out how to... I need to save you, but like... She's like, I need a bed, man. I get it. What can I do to keep you guys safe? I have like... zero fencing. I even want to turn on my house. Alright, you're safe in there, and I like this. We gotta try. And you two, you guys are not safe. And you're not safe either, but you guys are still alive. Oh my god. I missed that whole huge block up there. You can float all the night. And then I'll figure out what to do with you. Because I gotta lay out beds. And that probably should be the objective right now. These guys are like, we're alive, but like, you know, you kind of didn't leave us a bed. Yeah. You cut down the bed, John. Yes, I did. And it really wasn't on purpose, but it happened. I really hate you for being up there. Like, what is he doing? All my villagers can escape with this setup that I made. It's kind of not something that was planned well. They can just walk right out the door. We need to, like, make food, but this is why I'm cutting everything off. Because we need a farm. And we also need an iron bucket. I'll actually be right back. I'm gonna place these two beds there so that they'll know what to do. Okay, I hit it with a shovel, but that shouldn't destroy the bed. Yeah, I didn't think so. These are where you guys sleep from here on out until I figure out life. See, there's somebody safe in here. I think if I can figure out how to do it. Okay, I kind of figured it out. In the travel room. Finding what we want, but like food. Food is a real issue. Constantly like, I'm hungry, there's nothing to eat. Yeah, we've got nothing, and if we eat this stuff, like, I can cook it, but this is the best thing to bring with us. Leave it to me. So these are not cooked. These are cooked. I'd appreciate it if you would cook it, because food has been a major struggle. And we just can't leave. I'm gonna just... I should have made two. That's okay. We can do that now. have a lot more villagers than I thought. You can leave if you'd like. Your home's about to get destroyed. Why are there bunnies on top of my roof? Or maybe, whatever that's called. Why am I blinking? My wall. I'd really like to use this, man. And you're being weird about it. did like that house, but now there's really nothing to tear down except that one, which I don't think will be productive. Why is my game being weird? So they never had books for the first straight, it looks like. I guess now it's really just a deliberation between how big do we want the house to be? How big do we want the farm to be? And are these structures worth keeping? Like, I don't know. Do we want to build, or do we want to leave and look for coordinates? What are we going to get if we leave? When I think about it, sugarcane. Why is everything being really weird? Yeah, I'm trying to move my stuff over. Got a ton of wood. So if we were to, oh, are there two librarians? And yeah, they're all like, yep, paper. So if we were to go out, we could get paper, and we could start, you know, solidifying some trades. We could also get some books. We could get maybe another lectern. We can get maybe bookcases. We could get hay, which could attract cows. Yeah, I'm really annoyed with my game right now. I actually feel like we should probably save and quit out because it's being really, really weird. Yeah. Stop. Okay, yeah, I want that there. Yeah, let's do that because it's Let's save and quit right now, because it's being really funky, like I'm a little... Hey guys, so I'm picking up where I left off. I went through creative and saw what the world has to offer, or at least some of it. And figured out a solution to at least one of our problems. So, you know, something I noticed is there's never been a swamp village. Like, I've never seen one. So how do you get mending, right? It's a good question. Well, you just have to build a house. That's all you have to do. Build a house in a swamp and bring a village or a villager to your house, and then all of a sudden you have a swamp village. That's it. I mean, you probably have to bring a lot or two. I hate the idea that I want to build like a big house. I don't know if I want to build or if I want to travel. Maybe we should do a little bit of both right now, because this is all going to be sandwiched into one video. Yeah, let's try to collect stuff we need. All I really need is a crafting table. I don't really want to lose a blue bed right now. Also, we can get different trees and stuff, so I'm just assuming that I might die, because it's totally a possibility. Also, I didn't really think this through, but we're gonna lose our wall, because I still haven't made what I need to actually get in here. So something I want to do is just take a picture of our coordinates right now, because like I don't got them. Now we got them. So we just want to get like sugarcane, maybe some different trees. My phone is being funky. We don't need anything really special, but I might want to try to travel towards the swamp, but I wouldn't know. We need diamonds. You know, we should actually make this like a limited trip, because yeah. We don't want to overdo it. I feel like we have to go underground. We need diamonds so we can get another portal, but that's gonna take some time. And without mending, like, part of me is like, go to the swamp. And the other part of me is like, don't be stupid about it right now and go to the swamp. Hold on, I'm just... Alright, so we can go... That's far. This is close. And the swamp... The swamp is very far if we were to go. But it's not undoable. We get a lot of loot. Yeah, you were gonna be a problem no matter what. So, because we could get some, so negative 2,600. 80. Or let's go to 1100. 1100 negative 420. You can't see my coordinates, but I'm going in the right direction. So we obviously have a lot of spruce. We don't really need to worry about that. But like other trees would be cool to get. Like I don't know what I want the builds in the cabin to be like. All I know is I want them to be something nice looking. And as much as I want to go hunting, I'm thinking it's less important. So there's a lot of open stuff if we were to want to do that, but I don't really want to do that right now. I actually want to hit this village and loot for everything they've got and maybe go over the swamp and leave stuff there. Some of the villages sometimes have diamonds. We have like a full inventory, but not really. We have like a lot of room for stuff, but it's really easy to have to start throwing away stuff you need. So we actually should be closing in on this village. I didn't go much further out than the swamp, which, like I said, is only about 3,000 blocks away. I didn't look for high elevation mountains or anything. I wanted to, but I don't know how to do the commands. Figure one day I'll find it. I feel like every world has them, but it does make things significantly harder. This village is so close that even though we're not there yet, it's definitely not worth building a portal to. And I don't know, I might just barricade them all in. Here we are already. I don't know what they got, but like, cross your fingers, they got diamonds, well, they got iron. That works for me. Maybe we'll sleep here. It's a nice coastal village. Oh, look at that. We got lucky. And they got emeralds. We got even luckier. I would take the pumpkin seed, but it just isn't worth it. Like even though like at this stage in the game you're like probably like, well, I mean, you could use it. Yeah, but we're only like 400 blocks away from our home. I want to make a diamond pick, bro. That would be like a really nice thing to be able to do. Wood and potatoes. Alright, thanks, man. Speaking of, hey, if you want to go back in there, I'll lock you in there, and then you'll become my new buddy. I'm gonna lock you in. Because we're gonna need some librarians here. I hope they don't die in there, because it's dark. At least got 2. That's good enough for me. Wow, I like the build here. It's cool. Alright. So I would loot them, but it's not really worth it. sugarcane would have been cool to find some. Wow. I like this village. Anyways, we want to go to negative 2,600. Negative 3. 2,600 is going to take some time to get to. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Probably no, pumpkins aren't as useful. Like if we would get watermelons, that would be really helpful. But pumpkins you gotta like make into stuff, and watermelons you can just eat as they are, so I really don't understand coordinates. Like, you pick a direction, you start to run in it, and then all of a sudden it changes eventually. Like, now the front number's going up. I don't know if we're actually going to go 2,000 blocks at this rate, because it's far, and it's taken us a while. As much as I want to cut down trees, it's like I'd like the floor of the building to be stone. Building to definitely be a cabin, a couple cabins, a couple big cabins. I'll make a boat in a second, but I saw this and I was kind of like, we gotta grab this, so. Crafting table, we can't just do this. One boat. get that dark oak. That dark oak would look nice, right? Oh, you know what? All my cabins that I built have been in dark oak, at least on my castle world, pretty much. I have an affinity for it. I actually like this one. It's a really flat area. And somehow we already have no inventory space. Picture of this building or this location. We can farm sugarcane. We don't actually have to go on a complete sugarcane raid, but solution to our problem. One of those are useful, but I don't know if it's good inventory space. Alright. I'm gonna make use of some of our stuff. Oh. Yay! We just saved a bunch of room. I kind of do want this. Paper, we do need paper. We're running out of room. feel like we're going a little bit backwards, but in a different direction, which is cool. We could always bring the stuff we just got back and get more stuff. As I want to go to the swamp, like, I keep thinking about it and being like, well, there's not that many blocks, but we have no room in our inventory, and our village is barely a village. Like, it's a village without, like, a house, you know? And really, we just want to make a lot of bookcases and build the house and get the floor, and we want to get what's it called? Diamonds and iron. We're still kind of going in the opposite direction, but we've gotten some good stuff. Does a cabin really have to be built with completely wood? Like, it does need wood logs for the roof, I think. I kind of feel like it would look weird without wood. Did we get the bow? Because that's important. If we can make another one, but I don't want to, so... It's okay. Stand. Ooh, house, but I don't know. I don't really like the yellow. The worst part about it is we're almost better off going to the swamp because every direction I go into is just taking us further and further away from our house, but like we just don't have the space to carry anything, and the boat totally is gone. Go figure. Alright, let me... Yeah, that'll get us closer, sort of. This way is a surefire way to get back to our location. Do we have enough stuff that, I mean, yeah, we got a lot of equipment. And we got a lot of the sugar cane, so we can actually make a farm there of sugar cane for our librarians, which is probably one of the most important farms to make. Especially since we have to sell them a bunch of paper to get their trades. But every which way I go always results in us. Okay, we're getting good. We're gonna be in the positive soon, but I think we have to sleep, but it's not quite nighttime yet. Say, I never saw a jungle village either, just like a swamp village, and you need a jungle village in order to get certain enchantments, but that's okay. Because we'll just build in one. And also there's a jungle really close to our location. I kind of forgot where it is, but it's incredibly close. Alright, what can we get rid of to carry Cal with us? Really sucks. But we are getting closer and closer to our house, and like, what are some of the problems we've had? I mean, obviously we need a bunch of everything, but do we have room for mutton? I could probably pick it up with this. There we go. Food, sugarcane, leather for books, and then just decorative blocks, basically. And right now we're kind of getting what we can get. I like you. You changed your color, bro. Wheat would be useful. We got a whole bunch of wheat. We can farm for food too. It's also less steps to have food. I don't know. That's actually kind of debatable now that I think about it. Because you have to plant the seed, grow it, cut it, craft it, and then you have it. But I guess it depends on, like, my wheat farm at my castle is gigantic. So when I do it, it takes a good 30 minutes to do that whole thing I just said. And I was really just thinking, well, when I cook, you know, it's you know, you gotta cook whatever meat, and you have to have wood or coal or charcoal to cook it. It all takes time. But see, we made it back. We survived. I really do like the way this looks. I mean, it kind of looks like a giant marshmallow wall, but that's okay. I do think it's cool. Because we have no space for anything. That'll be helpful, right? Alright, here's a weird solution. We can... Alright, that was really weird, but it worked. And for now, keep our villagers inside. So, we need a big sugarcane farm. And we just need, like, one decent-sized house. And I wasn't thinking about this beforehand. Let's just dump all this, because it's gonna overwhelm me. Like, we can deal with it in a minute. I don't know what I want in my inventory. Okay. So, we're gonna need this. We should take that. I also want to put this away. Just take this. We need a shovel too. We need this. But something I didn't think about is these igloos frequently have like little trap doors. It doesn't look like this one has one. Doesn't look like this one has one either. Yeah, doesn't have one. Wow, we got a lot of librarians for... Alright, I can't interact with her for some reason. So, I just checked all of them. Stupid to have a whole village full of these guys and just have none of them have a trade. I feel like a house, a nice house, could be like spanning here. We have this hole that I dug in the ground. We definitely need a sugarcane farm. And sugarcane has to be around water, which is another thing. Whatever, but when you look at it from the perspective of as cute as it is, it could be rebuilt into something better. We could. You don't have to have a sugarcane farm in the build, but it would be helpful. This could be a big building, or it could be a bunch of this could be, which has the biggest space. This could be, if this was the farm, it has less space for a farm, sort of, if we were to keep these up anyways. Whereas this has this one igloo that we kind of want to preserve at the moment. I mean, there are no other cute little igloos. Like, I can't build that. I gotta figure it out. I can figure it out with snow. Because if this was a giant house, and this was like a downstairs area that I eventually built, and that was a giant farm with another farm here, I I think that's a good idea. So we don't need like 400 buildings. We just need enough buildings. Enough buildings to make something awesome. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I can totally replicate this whole thing, like, and actually make it really cool, but like getting the groundwork done is really important. Like having the space opened and like making snow is not hard, but making ice, I don't think there is a way to make ice. I think that it's only Silk Touch. Stopping point, that's for sure, because either we're keeping that ice. Actually, now that I think about it, how does this align with this? I'll kill you if you make me, but I'd rather just leave you alone. It could be, but I'm not sure what we should do. Big igloo, it could just be a big cabin. So right now we're just making the perimeter. The floor, because it's not going to be dirt. I'm going to save the dirt for the farms. Farms are going to be big. Yeah, I think I already laid this out for a reason, but the snow makes everything problematic because I don't know what's underneath it. I never know what's underneath it. There's so much of it, and it doesn't stop falling. Big igloo could be a really cool look, but I've never built one, and I don't know what it would look like as a final copy. Like, I just don't know. driving me nuts. The snow piling on top of everything, it's like I can't tell what I've done and what I haven't done. Should like sleep this off because it's really not gonna stop pouring until like I can't tell what I'm doing. Oh wait, now how do you make it stop, man? There's so much snow that it's like it's a liability 100%. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't see it. Like... We have so much to do. Like want to build a roof first because like if we're being real, like how before I know it, it's gonna be a snow block underneath. All right, I'll be right back. I've looked at some igloo builds just to see what people do. And they're cute and stuff, but like, they're not really me. Like, especially not for the size that I'm planning on going. Like, I'm planning on really making it a big build. And I guess if I was to make a gigantic igloo at some point, which isn't completely out of the picture, it wouldn't fit here. It would be too small for the amount of work, like, on the interior. And considering this is always going to be home base, like, we need a giant location, so... I think we're just gonna go with a regular standard cabin, and we can build like an igloo in a smaller area over here. Part of me wants to go creative, but the issue with that is then we can't get any achievements, so, you know, we can't find... I want to be able to find all the new stuff and be able to try to get the achievement, and that's just not gonna happen. You can find the stuff, but you can't get the achievement. And it is kind of a deal breaker for me. If I did creative, it would be like strictly a build. We have to take out the snow. Starts again. this is a good size, I think. Bro, you're in my way. Yeah, I know. You could have just not stood underneath my house. Happened to me, but it's not worth it right now. The roof might not get done, but we could at least set it up. I don't know if eating apples are worth it. Oh, actually, yeah, they are. It'll help. Oh, we got a lot of this. That's a good thing. We're definitely gonna have to get different logs. That's not gonna work for my roof. But that just means that we have a lot to build off of. Like, I'm really picky. Like, it's just because it's stripped. And I just... don't like it. Like, it sounds really dumb. But it will make it look different to me. And just different enough for me to not be a fan of it. Because the roof... It's gonna be like a generalized log cabin roof. Like a teepee type of roof. Kind of map this out because when I look at it, we can either do multiple teepees or we can do one giant one. And I don't know. Like, we're gonna keep this flat right now. I think multiple could look really cute. And it would use less wood. So we could do like 3 maybe. slept here, so if I die, I guess I'll deal with it. We have how many blocks? That's a good thing to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wish they would outline. A lot. That's what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. That actually might be a problem because it's not even. Go. Heal, man. That's my biggest problem with this, like, game. Like, you're not healing. That is not my fault. Okay, yeah, I'll just keep eating until we manage to, you know, heal. Be a giant TP. That's the problem. Alright, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we actually kind of are setting it up well. I hate being a builder being held back by hearts that don't spawn. Like, I'm not really expending energy. I'm just hopping. That's all I'm doing is hopping. That's it. I don't know if we should have went bigger. Keep dying per hop. Could go a block up to. I don't want it to look funky. The 3. That's gonna be one giant one. That could look really cool though. You won't regen. I don't want to, like, wait for you to regen. Like, just leave me alone and let me do my thing, man. It could take, like with the way this guy regens, like, we'll just stand around for 20 minutes. You know? We'll just wait. It's chill. No biggie. Getting close to sort of. can judge me, but like, he's gonna die, and we're gonna go through so much food because we're building, and I don't have scaffolding, and I don't got all the stuff we need right now, so, yeah, I'm just doing what I gotta do. So if we die 15 times building this wall, don't judge me. That's all I've gotta say. It is a lot faster this way. It's gonna take a while, but when it's done, it's gonna look really nice. I'll just take the bed out since you want to be weird about it, man. Well, I tried, okay? I literally tried. I tried not to die. I went down. I just don't want to waste all these valuable resources. That looks good, but yeah, there's obviously a problem in our design. How do I fix that? It's because it's uneven. It might not be fixable. Well, it will be fixable, but it might not be fixable easily, is what I'm really trying to say. Everything is one block up. And then it would be like this. You can kind of see my issue here. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going at it and see what ends up happening, because, like, maybe the 3 TP idea is a bad idea. I thought it was a good idea, but this is the issue. So then it would go like that. We have another issue. It's gonna be weird. it's literally like one of those things that it's like a block off. Like, it's not a huge deal. Like, all we have to do is expand it or actually just make it a smaller building by like 1 block. But I can't see it the way I need to see to be able to envision it. Okay, where's the... There we go. Because we need shovels. Go figure. And an axe, I guess. Why do we need shovels? I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah, because we have to destroy these cute houses. I'm acting like, you know, the ice structure is this like sacred build. It's really not, and ice is not that hard to find it to make. Okay, alright, I get it. You're attacking me, even though I didn't do anything to you. Okay, well, I tried, and some of my villagers out here. Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna come at you, but I don't know why I have to fight a bunch of angry polar bears. Alright, man, let me get my stuff. You know, this is the problem with dying 15 times in a row. My stuff is, like, scattered all over the world. Yeah, I'm gonna equip my sword, and then I'll fight the 15 of you. You can die, man. Like, it's okay. Like, die. I want nothing to do with you, and you, go away. I don't want you here either. I don't need you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna just kill me. You're gonna grow up and you're gonna kill me. So get out. There you go. Goodbye. Leave me alone. I'm doing stuff. And I'm already dying just trying to make the build, man. Oh my god. You guys, like, I don't even have a sword on me right now. Go away. Yep. I'll just kill you with a pick. It's fine. At least I'll try. There we go. Okay, I just want to look at my build. I don't want you guys to attack me. Okay. I feel like I have to tear it down. I can't. Like, if I can't see it, I can't build it. That I have to do this, but I can't map out the blocks the way I want to. And not to mention, if there's some big igloo in front of it, you can't really see it anyways, so what's the point? I don't see the point. Yeah, we like need this stuff to like not be standing in my way anymore. There we go. Alright. So it doesn't really matter where the door is right now. That can be adjusted. Yeah, I can see. This actually works for me now. I think I have an idea. I have to kind of map it, but it would be like this. We're gonna die again, but... This is not the most complicated build. But when you go, the bigger you go, the more complicated it is. Why does it... We're literally like one... I don't know if I like it. It's gonna look weird. I've rather done like the 3 teepee idea, but... Because, like, I could fix it just by going 1 block over. Because it's even. Every block is at level. But I don't like it. It looks like a dome or something. Like... Right? Yeah, it looks like a dome. Put a lot of work into making something not look right, but it's okay. It's all fixable. That could work, but it has to actually come down. And then it would be like that. We could go really high up. Because it's going to be kind of tiny. I'm also trying to think about the resources we have. And how they're limited. As much as I love this location, it's not my favorite location. It's way too tall. It only works if we're gonna go for 2 floors, and I'm not willing to do that right now, so... If I do a 2-floor building, like, it's gonna be really, really, really big. It's gonna make this look like I didn't even try. Alright, how does this go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. 7, 8, 9. So then maybe down treading from here. Alright, we might actually just... Hold on. We gotta get rid of this. Wasn't expecting to tear this all down. I don't know why I expected it to look good, and I really did expect it to look good. And sorry guys, but we don't got any more axes, and I'm honestly just gonna wait. Because we got a shovel, and I don't want to come back down here to kill a couple blocks. Because this might take longer. Okay, last one, and I'll stop torturing you. Well, now it's the last one. Okay, cool. Now how does it look? Okay. Yeah, you're hungry. I know. You're hungry a lot. Alright, what can I feed this guy so he stops annoying me? He doesn't want to move. Probably not going to be falling off building for a while. How many, and then he's going to be like, I'm still tired and hungry. I'm sorry, but like, we haven't even done anything, but I'm still exhausted, man. Yeah, he's been falling from buildings, and I'm acting like he's not. He's falling from top of giant buildings. Alright, we obviously need an axe. Axe is the most useful equipment we have at the moment that we need. I don't really want this. I would rather have this. It's more regenerative or whatever. So, if we were to instead end the cabin a little shorter, we did a little bit of extra work than we needed, but way to make this look good is to do this. With the type of roof that I'm going for anyways. Like, I could have switched the roof up or whatever. But I like this idea. Like, it's a cute roof. It won't be a giant building, but it'll be just big enough to, like, be a cabin. It won't require an insane amount of resources when we have to go out for logs, and we have to actually get enough logs to span the entire roof of this building, because that's the thing about this type of a build. We have to span this whole entire roof, like, with, like, you know, cut down one log per block, because we can't use this material for the roof. We have to... That's the thing, like, I like having this material as a building block, because it's... You cut down one log, and you can turn it into 4 planks. And so the roof is going to be... It's going to be a lot. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it's... We definitely have to mine, and I'm not going to use the stripped logs. We actually have to figure out what we want to use, and we still have to figure out what we want for the floor, and what's going to complement the spruce the best. It could just be more spruce. It could be, oak. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made up my mind. All I know is, since we had so much of this, and I actually do like the color of it, it's a good one. I might even right near a bunch of spruce trees, so I don't want to go with birch, and I don't want to go with the orange tree. Or if there were any cherry blossoms nearby, I wouldn't want to go with it. But I would think oak. Yeah, they're pretty even. It's cute. It's not perfect, but it's... I like it. That's good enough for me. So spruce, oak, dark oak. Those are what I'm thinking. And spruce literally might just be the perfect one. Just gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to die, but I have to go 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the stuff fall over on the other side. That's the problem. Like, I would let myself die. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. The other one's 9. So this one's got to be 9 too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Seven, 8, 9. This was 6. This is 7. 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, dude, just like regen. Like, it's not that hard. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. This should be the whole layout. It should be even. I don't know if it's perfect, but it looks pretty perfect. We're just gonna... I want to do stone floor really bad, but like... I can't even see the floor. But I keep thinking it doesn't really matter what we do with the floor until we get a roof anyways, right? Let's lay this out for this to just make it wall to wall or whatever. For what we can see, because we can't see all of it yet. But it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be close. Okay. We also have to go this way, too. Yo, stop my... I don't want to take the lazy way just because it would be the easy way. But I like this. I'd like it a lot better if it had a roof. The door should be like here, but you know, we got Snowtopia out here. Being right there. I'm trying to visualize it. Put a door there and there. Yeah, it's not gonna look right. So much of it. There's almost full blocks in the last snowstorm we had. Full blocks. How are there full blocks? That's what I want to know. That is a full block. How am I supposed to build a farm? I'm gonna have to like make roofs. Okay. Okay. Let's chill. So, I mean, I guess the next thing to do to try to make this, like, copable or whatever is to actually get the roof done. That's how I think this will make the most sense, how it will be logical. Like, once we get that, then we can do the floor. Yeah, there would look good there, right below the top. All right, let's go. I'm sorry that my stuff is so disorganized. It bothers me too. I'm not gonna lie, but let's try something to try to... Oh, that's not gonna work. It won't open. Alright, let's just put wood in here right now. Like, let's try our hardest to somewhat organize our stuff. Because it has gotten to a point of no redemption. Like, everything is everywhere. Just wood. All kinds of different wood, but wood. All the different ones. Even the doors. The doors work. Okay. Alright, that looks like all the wood. these guys. Oh, wait. I really wish they weren't stripped. I really wish you could unstrip it. There we go. All wood. Bam. Alright, let's just go put these doors on. It's not going to be the door that stays there, but, like, for now, I think it will. It makes me feel good about, like, having a half build. Because it is, in fact, a half build. This is so not staying there, but we cannot afford to tear it down right now. Alright, what else can we organize? So, we have a bunch of all kinds of stuff, but blocks, we can go for blocks. Oof. It's a mess. Food. We need like an important. An important box. Food. Equipment. Iron. Food, equipment, iron. No, that is not food, equipment, or iron. Food, equipment, and iron. I feel like that counts because it sticks, and sticks make stuff. Cobbled deep slate works too. Okay. So sticks obviously belong with wood. And we can throw in... Let's just throw in a diamond there so we can separate some stuff. And right now we're just gonna collect food up on this. Okay. And then for the sake of... There we go. Okay. And then this is... Alright, this is my only miscalculation, unfortunately. But I'll use it as my food, so it won't be a miscalculation. So now, we want to make, like, a block box. And the best way to do that is to take one box and try to empty it and put it in another one. Let's just dump anything that's not a block in here. I mean, that's kind of, no, it doesn't count. Stairs? I don't know. I want to start with, like, alright, yeah, dirt. There we go. Everything's a block, but a decorative block. Decorative, not an important block. Let's start with stupid dirt. I feel like I put a snowball there, but it's chill. These count as block now. This counts as wood, obviously. I just missed it. That's a block. Now, when we do it like this, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's not so bad. Everything makes sense. Yeah. figure out a way. Like, push it all into one. Alright. Take this out. And what do we have in here? Just blocks. Just random blocks of whatever. Everything we've collected. And this is like an everything. And this is pretty full, actually. It's incredibly full. I feel like these are probably trash unless we get mending. I wanted like an important box. Like, but what is considered important? I mean, emeralds. Diamond's already in that other box. Redstone right now is important. I mean, I feel like lava is important because we don't really have any of it. I missed some food. I'm thinking everything has to be like a very specific way, but it doesn't. It can be like wire carrots important because we need a farm. That bothers me. I feel like I didn't make it much better. I didn't make it much better. Alright, some important different types of blocks, but blocks, job blocks. Awesome, we're getting there. Where's obsidian? Oh, it's in my inventory. I kind of like this. What do you think? I think it's like, it's not perfect, but like, given the wreck it was, and now seeing it, it's kind of nice. It's somewhat semi-organized. Somewhat. It's almost organized by, like, item. So... some, like, eventually we'll have a box for everything. Alright, where did I put torches? Apparently nowhere. Torches are with me. Well, you know what? There we go. We can make our snow block. Trees to get that roof done. I just picked up something I didn't want. So going. So, sorry, I just can't really tear down the one house that has all of their stuff in it right now. We have so much room. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm like, if we tear that down, we tear that down, we can probably leave this. We can make this like a whole giant farm area. Maybe we can build, actually, maybe we could build like another building right here, and then we could make all of that a big farm area. I don't know. I have to stare at it for a while and I'm gonna try to get a guesstimate for how many blocks we're gonna need to cut down to So there's 9 up. 18. 18 plus 18, let's just say 20 plus 20 is 40 minus 4 would be 36. 36 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I might be crazy, but I'm pretty sure 19 times 36 would tell me how many blocks we need. About 700 blocks is what we need to cut down. 700, we'll just go with 700. Does that make sense? I mean, yeah, that does. 700 blocks, because we need to go across. Actually, we would need more than that because I want it to hang off. So actually, let's just say 750 blocks. Let's divide 750 by 64. We're gonna need about 11 stacks of blocks in order to get this done. That's not too bad. I'm not sure if that's actually right, but I think that I'm right. So, yeah, we're gonna be in the lumber yard. I would say it almost feels stupid to have torn down every single building just to have a village on a flat land that I worked so hard to get to be flat, but it's also hard to get a bunch of villagers in one location, and I mean, sort of, once you get two, you got enough. Why is she sleeping in the middle of the day? Alright, I'm gonna go, because I'm gonna come up with a plan for next time besides just cutting down 700 blocks of wood. Alright, let's save and quit out. Alright, peace out, guys.